But what I really want you to get to the point to doing is understanding, and I'm sure y'all already understand this, is that when you get into real estate investing, the truth of the matter is that there's a lot of moving parts, right? There's, and you have 6 departments. You have all these departments. You've got your marketing and your acquisitions and your finance and your construction and your management. You want to have your office. You want to liquidate. I mean, you got all these different parts, right? And once you really get into it and learn that there's all these moving parts and everything has to get done at the same time, you really realize that you can't do it all by yourself. You just can't. There's no way. If you're going to be doing it all by yourself, then you are never going to be able to scale up. Never. Okay. So I want you to think in terms of running a business that you can scale up. Unless, is there anybody here in the group that's like, I only want to do one deal, right? A year. Okay. If you only want to do one deal a year, then just don't listen to this part. Okay. But if you want to do more than one deal, if you want to do a couple of deals a month, right? Which I'm sure is your goal, then you should learn how to delegate. All right. Tell me, are you guys micromanagers, or are you have a hard time relinquishing control of any task? My husband has this issue. Like, he's just like, sometimes I'm like, he's just like, I'll say like, hey, can you like, how do I fix this thing, on my computer? He'll be like, get out of the way, let me do it. Nah. He'll get in there like that, right? And so some people have this issue of relinquishing control. I do not have this issue at all. Who could raise your hand? Tell me in the chat if you have an issue with relinquishing control, right? So the goal of your company is to hire people to help you, because the truth of the matter is that you cannot do everything by yourself. You can't. And in fact, you will never, ever, ever get to the point where you'll be able to scale up if you don't learn how to relinquish control. All right. And I have a student that is in my storage mastermind, and she bought a storage facility this last year, and it took her like 3 months to find it, another like 3 months to buy it, and it took her like another 3 months to like kind of get it to turn over to her, like, to get it like all up and running under her company and stuff like that. And then after about 3 more months, after those 3 months, she was like, I'm ready to buy me another one now. I'm ready. Like, cause we're automating and systematizing everything. And so now she's like, so she's been like a student of mine for a year. And she's like, she's like, she just like, it took her a year, but she hired a VA. And she's just like, Stacy, she's like, it's like night and day. She's like, I have to train them a little bit and get them going and stuff. But it's like, I give them all the stuff that I don't want to do. I give them all the stuff that, I don't have any time for, you know, and they do all that. And then I focus on the things that are like the most important. So think about this. Once you get going, I know you guys are starting out, but your goal should be, as soon as you can, delegate the stuff that you don't want to do out, whatever that is, within all of the departments of your business. So if it's like, I hate marketing, which really you should be like delegating that anyways, because if you delegate it out to somebody else, it'll get done. If you don't delegate that out, it won't get done, right? And or if it's like, I really like, I am, I can do it, I go out and I talk to sellers and I'll just put stuff under contract, but that's not my favorite thing, right? What I'm very good at is, besides delegating, because I'm very good at delegating, what I'm good at is money. I'm very good at raising money. And so that's kind of like, in our business, I raise money. I delegated the acquisitions off to somebody. We have an acquisitions person that finds all of our properties for us. I handle all the money stuff, and then my husband manages all of our storage facilities and all the people that go underneath that. Okay. on the real estate inside. That's kind of how it works. I'm the money person. And so you like, once you start getting going in real estate investing, you're going to start realizing you might want to just like focus, like if you want to rehab, you're like, this is what I'm doing, right? Or like, or you might be the person that's like, I love to put stuff under contract, or I love doing the marketing and the back office stuff. So you just kind of, pay attention to, and pay attention to the stuff that you don't get done, or it takes a long time for you to do. So for instance, like social media, a lot of people hate social media. They don't want to get in there and do it all the time, but the truth of the matter is that if you want to build credibility, which is actually number two, number one is delegating and number two is credibility. If you want to build credibility, you need to be on social media and you need to be posting out everything that you're doing. When you go to a house, take a picture of it, take a video, post it out, and ask a question, right? If if you're looking at different types of properties, like I do a thing on YouTube, and it's called Driving for Storage. I don't even like buy any of my storage facilities. All I do is if I see a storage facility, I stop, I take a quick video, walk around, make a video, and then we post it on YouTube, and it's called Driving for Storage. That's all it is. And so credibility is number two. So number one is delegating, right? And being able to relinquish control. And the truth of the matter is that if you notice that something is taking a long time for you to finish, like you see this, y'all tell me if y'all are getting what I'm talking about. But you see this, like there are some tasks where you're just like, I do not want to do it. Maybe QuickBooks, maybe social media, whatever it is that you're putting off because you don't want to do it. Those are the things that somebody else should be doing. And it's not expensive to hire virtual assistants. Believe me. Talk to Mike about this, and we will get we'll get somebody coming on teaching about that. But all right, so that's kind of, I just want to say when it starts because some people, they don't realize that, and I do this too, but they don't realize that if it's taking a long time for them, this is something that they're not good at, they should not be doing it, right? That's what you hire people to do, right? So for instance, like plumbing, like I'm not going to do plumbing, I'm going to hire a plumber or my husband or something, But so for instance, I'm in the process of a project right now that we started it in August of last year. Like I paid for, it's quite a bit of money to pay for. And I paid for all up front, just paid 10 grand. And then in order to complete this this process, it's a lot of work on my end. Like it's work on their end and it's work on my end. And it was just dragging on and on and on. I did not want to do it at all. And you know what? This project potentially could make me millions of dollars. And I couldn't do it. Right? It was dragging on and on and on. Months went by. And so finally I just said, you know what? I'm going to hire somebody to do this for me because I ain't getting it done. So I went on to Upwork. It's like this task, I had to create this like marketing thing and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's just not my thing. It was marketing is what it was. It's just not my thing at all. I just couldn't do it. And so, so I went on to Upwork and I posted out like what I needed to get done. And I got like a content writer to write me back. And he was like, look, I'll do it. And it's this thing that literally, it took me like from September, October, November. I hired him like right before Thanksgiving. And no, hired in December. So right before Christmas. So September, October, November, December, I was like pulling teeth to get this thing done. And guess how much he charged me to finish the thing that took me 4 months to even do. Guess. And guess how long it took him to do it. Just guess. Can anybody guess? All right. So I potentially took months and wasted months to get this thing done that could possibly make me millions of dollars. And he charged me exactly $200 and he finished it in 1 day. 1 day, $200. Because I'm the type of person that I'm like, I like to do it first and really learn the process. And then that way, when I'm like, you know, running the business, I can understand, you know, and I totally get that because everybody kind of is like that. They're like, I want to do it because I need to learn. And then, but the truth of the matter is that if it's taking you forever to get stuff done, that is not something that you should be focusing on. All right. So now I got that thing done. Now we're doing like a whole, like it's a whole, there's like next step. Like I turned my thing in, I was like, I'm done, awesome. And they were like, oh yeah, here's your whole new list of things to do. And I was like, oh, so horrible. So, and that's kind of how it works, right? So now I have a team that's helping me. I'm like, I'm not even doing it. I'm just delegating this stuff off. I can't even do it. So that is my point. My point is that if you notice that you're like dragging on something, you should not be doing it. That's not, do what you love. Now think about it. If your business, and actually I'm going to tell you, my business is built this way. Think about how would your business run if the only things that you did every single day were the things that brought you joy in your business. Could you imagine? And everything that brought you pain in your business, you just delegated to somebody else and have them do that. Because that thing that they're doing, that probably brings them joy. The person that was the content writer that wrote all my stuff up and did this whole thing, that's what he does. He loves content writing and like all this kind of stuff. And I can't do it. I hate that crap, you know? And so I basically found somebody so neat. And actually that guy's been working with me now since December. And he does like so much, all these emails and everything. He's doing everything. And I was like, you're hired, like you're going to be doing more stuff. And so he's now part of my team. Right. But can you imagine that if you actually delegated the stuff out of your business that you're just like, oh, I just don't want to do that. Right. And you only focused on the things that you came in. Like, I was like, every single morning I wake up and I'm so excited to come to work because I know that I'm doing the things that I love every single day. Nothing is bringing me down in my business. And if it does, I delegated to somebody that can do it better. I only can't delegate at what I'm good at doing. I can delegate everything, no problem. Oh, yeah, you got to be good at delegating. I'm telling you, that is one of the 3 essential strategies, is learning to relinquish that control, right? And saying, look, this is not something that I should be focusing on. And really, honestly, you should be focusing on, educating yourself on like what you should be doing. Number 1, education, like that's all I do. I have like, I'm in coaching program. I'm always educating myself. When I educate myself, I'm getting all these ideas and stuff. And then guess what? I get these ideas and then I delegate them to somebody else to do. You know, education is like one of the things that you should be focusing on. And then also finding property is finding the properties, focusing on that, and then finding the money. Those for a real estate investor are like the 3 most important things: finding money, finding properties, and educating yourself. Okay.